Going live on Phantom. Oh, I'll be right back.
Oh God, where? Are you? And he leaves. He pushes the live button, and then he takes off. He's so professional. Hit the live button, and then I take off, and then I have to go pee-pee. The Butcher of Blaviken.
I can still hear you. I don't have to go pee-pee. Because I'm running a professional show here, trying to hit record on things and get things done. I don't need your snide remarks and your input. I'm doing this. This is a one-man show, essentially, tonight. I'm setting this whole thing up by myself.
You need me.
I don't need you. I never need you. Never need you.
I'm the antithesis.
You're what? What did you say? The antithesis?
Yes, I'm yours.
Yeah, you are my antithesis. That's definitely true. All right, you need to shut your mouth so we can get this thing started. Our real professional program. Let's go.
Welcome into the Nerded Up Podcast.
Isn't that that's like the best intro to anything ever. I really believe that. I wholeheartedly believe that. And the best thing is that you can't talk during this entire intro as usual, as before, or else you echo. Don't talk, please. You echo and it'll piss me off. All right, welcome into the Nerded Up Podcast. This is our first official live stream episode on Phantom, your first and only live sports network on Facebook. So we're running on Facebook Live right now, straight from Phantom. This is awesome. This is a great opportunity for a really new and fresh nerdy podcast. And I'm excited about this. And I'm joined today by my friend Kerry Craig. Sadly, our cohort and third co-host Andrew Van Wart could not be here tonight because apparently he's dying on the inside. Something about kidney stones. I'm pretty sure that's like spontaneous combustion. Things are burning from within him. I think he should have toughed it out and come in. I've had
those twice. I've had those twice, and it felt like I was being stabbed repeatedly in the side for at least 5 days.
Y'all are just a couple of y'all are fucking girls.
Until a little tiny stone came out my urethra.
Yeah. I've seen pictures of those kidney stones, and they're no joke, man. Like it looks like somebody took tiny chunks from a mountain and shoved it inside a guy's penis.
It's basically that's what it is.
Yeah, that's. I hope I never get one.
Because
that sounds horrible.
Your body makes them, and then you pee them out. It's great.
Yeah, isn't it calcified, like proteins and stuff or something like that?
Yeah. So there's different kinds, but yeah,
I'm not a scientist. I'm not a doctor. Anyway, I am Josh Beard at Josh Beard Radio on Twitter. He is Kerry Craig at Kerry Hot Ice on Twitter. Andrew is at DerWarthog. I probably shouldn't put that up because, he's not here. So we are also on Facebook, facebook.com/Nerded Up. We're on Twitter at Nerded Up Pod. You can find the podcast to Nerded Up after our broadcast, after the show on podbean.com, iTunes, and on Google Play. We're like on everything. You can watch the rebroadcast of the show here on Phantom on Facebook.com, or you can go to our YouTube channel. We've got Nerded Up YouTube channel where you can watch the broadcast on there. It's not going to be as good as on Phantom, so maybe you come to Phantom for that. But we're going to be putting up other videos, some of our gameplay, maybe some unboxing, some reviews, things like that. Some really cool stuff that we're going to have. So you can find us everywhere. We are everywhere. I'm on Facebook, Joshua Allen Beard on Facebook.com if you just want to be my friend. I don't have a whole lot of those. I need more friends because like right now it's just this fucking guy, and I like you look like an evil villain sitting inside of a cave. Like what the fuck? Why are you like? There's no lighting in there. Like you look like this
is where I plot, dude. Like this is me.
It It looks like where you hide all your women.
Well,
but
just
okay, so let's dive into it real fast. So, like the big thing, the number one thing that I want to talk about on Nerded Up tonight is Far Cry 5 and them announcing kind of the where the storyline behind Far Cry 5, talking about where it's going to be set. The setting and the storyline sounds just absolutely fucking phenomenal in this game. I'm excited, and I know it's super controversial, but I think it's really fucking cool. We had Far Cry 3. They were in some like weird, like, what is it, Central American or South American jungle or some island or some crap like that, and they skydive down, and then the guy's army brother gets shot right in the face, and then he has to like save his friends, and then for some reason he falls in love with some tribal chick, and then he gets tattoos that imbue him with powers, whatever. Far Cry 3 loved that game. I played the crap out of it. It was, and I love it. It just never the storyline never made sense to me. And then Far Cry 4, I think I only played like 10 hours of Far Cry 4. And you're in like the Himalayan mountains, and there's some guy with a creepy bleach haircut trying to kill you for some reason.
He was British, but he was Asian, and he had bleached blonde hair, and I think he was like Italian of some sort too. I don't know. He's like
this. He's like the South African like the Asian version of a South African is what it kind of reminded me of.
They're like, we don't want like too much of a villain to like be stereotyped, so we're just gonna make him everything and see what happens. Very brave Far Cry.
Far Cry 5, though, I mean, this is I'm excited about what they've done. So the setting for Far Cry 5, they're going to be up in Montana, and it's like the Far Cry series. You're always dealing with some kind of like rebels, and you're working with some kind of rebels, and you're going against some kind of like super extreme crazy faction that just wants to like murder everybody and take all the power for themselves.
Yeah.
And like this is probably the most controversial decision we've seen from any video game company, even more so than taking on, I know like Activision and Call of Duty has tried to move away from going against terrorists and going against people from the Middle East, from like the what was the Modern Warfare and Modern Warfare 2, because that was controversial.
Oh, God.
And yeah, so that people have moved on to taking on drug cartels and stuff like that, which is cool, but there's nothing controversial about that. Like, who doesn't want to shoot a beheading cartel son of a bitch?
Kill the cartel, man. They're providing jobs. They're providing jobs and services. That's actually kind of out there arguing that, I guarantee you.
Probably. But okay, so the controversy between Far Cry 5, as I kind of talk around it and beat around the bush, is that Far Cry 5, you're going against like this conservative, religious, extremist cult group based in Montana that's like burning people and murdering people and crucifying them and stuff, and what
heads into church bells.
Yeah, from the trailer. Go watch the trailer for this game for Far Cry 5, because when I watched, I just got super, super excited, because kind of what it feels like to me is almost like you get to dive into this massive universe that's really kind of similar to True Detective Season 1, where it's like this kind of nothing's creepier than Louisiana. First of all, anybody who's played Resident Evil 7, like, I know you're from Louisiana, you know how creepy that shit is. It's a creepy ass place, man. You and your boudin. But like Louisiana, like Resident Evil 7, I don't know if is that Louisiana or is that Mississippi? That's Louisiana too, right?
It's somewhere.
It's essentially the same place.
Specifically, but it's in the swamplands.
Well, I know that Louisiana would be creepy, but you think about the mountains of Montana, like nobody's up there. Nothing's up there. It's just a bunch of snow and shit.
Totally isolated, man. I mean,
right, exactly.
That's where the preppers go to like get away,
to hide from everybody.
If you want a town that's isolated that you can like take over and not really anyone would know, it's going to be in Montana.
Yeah. So I want to get your thoughts. I want to get your initial thoughts on like after you watch the trailer for Far Cry 5 and kind of what you think like the direction that Ubisoft's going, because I'm really excited about it. I think it's a great direction. I think it's a really smart move by them.
I think, oh man, this game could either be so amazing and on point, and not just like in terms of gameplay, but in terms of like culturally, you know what I mean? Because it could either get it really, really right, or it could get it really, really wrong.
it could get it really like horribly wrong. Yeah.
But like at first, the first teaser they had, with the guy smashing the dude's head into the church bell, like
Right.
I had to watch that a couple times because I was like, oh my god, it's coming to America. This is going to be so fucking cool. But after thinking about it and after seeing like the setting they're going with and like setting up everything and the little cult and everything, I'm like, oh dear God, this could be like really prescient with the way things are going in America right now, or it could either be really, really terrible because the guy, apparently the guy you play, and it's a customizable character. Like you're not like a set character, I guess. You can customize him to how you want or whatever.
Well, I mean, that's, you know what? No, they've never done that on FarCry. This is the first time that they'll do this on a FarCry.
It's been like an archetype basically, and you can pick the skills and everything, but apparently you can customize this character specifically.
Oh, I like that.
But you're a sheriff's deputy who like just gets deputized, and this cult has moved in, obviously, and it brings to mind like all this stuff that happened with like the Heaven's Gate people and like in Waco and everything. And I mean, you could have all these different groups that you're like, you can make correlations with. And if the game's just like, yeah, but we're just going to kill them all and we're not really going to get into any of the political stuff. You're just like, what? Why would you do that? You have this set up perfectly to where you could tell an amazing story, but I don't know, if they mess it up, man, it's going to piss a lot of people off.
Yeah, I really hope they don't shy away from some of the more political things, because that's what all of this is based around, man. Like, and you know what, it might run the risk of pissing people off, but I feel like video games, if people are getting pissed off about like massively extremist cult groups that want to murder people, and you're getting pissed, we're not all like that. Well, they're not talking about you. They're talking about extremists that want to kill people. Like, if people get pissed off about that, I'd rather that small sect of people get pissed off than them ruin the game by trying to pussyfoot around the story, pussyfoot around the issues and the reasons why, this cult is doing what they're doing and what their reasoning for it is, like for being a cult and being like, I want them to really attack this from like, I want them to just go crazy, like every fucking stereotype with like a backwoods, extreme, like super extreme right-wing conservative. Like, I want them to go as far with that as they can, and really not shy away from doing doing anything political. I don't want them to shy away from that at all. I want them to just step into it, because that's the best way it can be done.
Your video games are becoming this medium where you can do that in such an amazing way.
Right.
And they have the ability to do that with this if they do it right. Because it's a doomsday cult. If I'm reading all this correctly.
Yeah, it is.
Doomsday cult, and the guy thinks he's trying to save everybody. But the thing that kind of they wanted to push this to where there wasn't any like gray area if they're the villains or whatever. They're not just like inviting people in, they're actually taking people into this cult, like kidnapping them and stuff like that. So you're not really getting into the thing, well, these people are, doing their own thing and they're just inviting people in. No, they're actively like taking people into their cult and kidnapping them and brainwashing them. So
you know what it reminds me of? What's the fucking cult in Grand Theft Auto? Like that random ass cult of like just fucking naked people in Grand Theft Auto, where you can like go and like join them and hang out in their place where they're all naked.
Oh my God. Oh, I haven't played that game in so long.
I know, I haven't either. That's what it reminds me of, but like with guns. It's like them super angry with guns.
Oh, I can't remember.
I'm excited. I'm excited about the storyline, and I'm excited about what they can do with what the villains of what they're going to be, and how like this could probably be the best Far Cry storyline that we've ever seen. Most of them are a little convoluted and kind of simple. This one could be really really complex, and they could attack it. But going away from the storyline, like just the terrain and the environment of being in Montana. Montana is like that. If I could retire anywhere and somehow also have really nice internet, it would be Montana. Like I need like the absolute best satellite internet you could ever have. I don't know what kind of internet. Somebody from Montana. I doubt anybody from Montana is watching this right now. But if you live in Montana, tell me what kind of internet you have. I just want to know. Because here in Texas, it's kind of like, meh.
Do you have internet? Question number one.
Yeah, we need to. That's a good catch. Do you have internet in Montana? Now that we've alienated our Montana audience,
we pissed them off. But there's only like 50 of them.
But so like watching Brad Pitt and Anthony Hopkins in what's the movie? Not A River Runs Through It. The other Brad Pitt movie where he gets pissed off and like they live in Montana and he scalps a bunch of
Legends
dudes.
of the Fall.
Legends of the Fall.
I love that movie.
It's hands down that movie. Like that movie would make me turn gay for Brad Pitt for sure. Actually, there's a lot of movies I'd turn.
No,
gay
that
for
was
Brad
Interview with the Vampire for me.
Oh, I like how we're talking. Like we're each talking about like multiple different gay moments that we've had for Brad Pitt. That's fine. Like honestly, if Brad Pitt came over here right now and said, "Let's make out," I'd be like, I don't hate the idea.
Yeah, all right.
I'm at least going to entertain it. I'll think
Want to
about
grab
it.
a beer or something first?
Yeah. Yeah, let's have a couple of shots and see where things go. I won't say no. I know that.
Not a flat.
No. Definitely not flat. There'll be something going on. But Legends of the Fall made me fall in love with Montana, and my wife and I, Kerry and I, we talk all the time about like if we can retire anywhere, just leave the kids with somebody. We don't care who. Like they might be safe, whatever. We could sell them, make some money, go to Montana. And that's where we'd want to be, either Colorado or Montana. But there's too many people in Colorado. Montana's the place to go because you can hide in the mountains from everybody.
Yeah.
But so I'm excited to watch that in it, like to play that terrain in a game. I think that'd be really fucking cool to just run around the mountains of Montana.
And one of the things that the FarCry games has done like really well is the hunting, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And how much wildlife is in the Montana countryside.
I didn't even think about
probably a pretty big aspect of it.
That's such a great point, especially because like you think about what was supposed to be a Montana in one game that we've seen is in Red Dead Redemption. So like in Red Dead Redemption, the North area is supposed to be like Montana. I loved hunting in that game because you're hunting
my God, it was so much fun.
A freaking elk and bear. Like honestly, I feel like 80% of the game was just me hunting shit. And so that's how I was at Far Cry 3. So it's just Red Dead Redemption, hunt shit. You're a cowboy, hunt shit. You can rob and pillage people, but you might as well fucking hunt things.
Hunt down Bigfoot.
Yeah. Quick aside, Red Dead Redemption 2. We're gonna talk about that shortly for a second, in a little bit, because there's some news with Red Dead Redemption 2 that came out since last episode. God, Red Dead Redemption. It's a Red Dead Redemption 2.
Red Dead Redemption.
I sound like a fucking idiot. But Far Cry 5, I'm very excited about it. I love the Far Cry series. I know some people they're not the biggest fans of it, but I love it. So I'm excited to see what they do with it. Kerry, where are you exactly on Far Cry 5? Excited? Neutral? Where are you? 'Cause I know sometimes you'll sound excited, but then you'll be like, yeah, it's gonna fucking suck. And then I'm just really confused mostly.
This one I will say I'm intrigued. I said my concerns about the story, but one more concern I have is since it has an American setting, how how crazy can it actually get? You know what I mean? Because like you were always in this third world country where taking a helicopter and blowing up, a city kind of plausible and nothing was really going to happen to you.
Yeah, that's true.
If you do that in Montana, someone may get involved from the U.S. government. So
that's
exactly
a great point.
How much craziness is there going to be? So it leads me to believe they're going to go away from like the craziness, like the over the top action,
right,
to sort of focus on that localized storytelling. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they would kind of have to do that. I mean, unless they did it some way, kind of like Ghost Recon Wildlands, where you can fight the cartels and you fight the Unidad, which are like the military. Like, unless how crazy would it be if you're like the sheriff trying to take out this cult, but then you end up having to fight the military at some point?
Oh,
like that would freak me out. That'd be kind of cool, but you're like, oh yeah, I'm killing U.S. soldiers after I
Yay.
spent time in the military. I don't know how I feel about that. I'm moving on. I don't like that. I don't like thinking about that. Thanks a lot, Kerry. Bringing me down. Bring it down the mood, as usual. Okay, so we'll move on to the next thing we want to talk about. And both of these things, one, I'm not necessarily not excited about it. I'm indifferent because I don't know the series. But Netflix has done a couple of cool things with some video game franchises that they've announced within the last couple of weeks. But we'll dive into this one first. Castlevania is getting picked up by Netflix as an animated series. We saw the trailer for it. Wait, what did you say?
I just said yeah.
Oh, you said yay. I couldn't hear if you said yay or if you said nay. Castlevania is going to get picked up by Netflix. It's going to be an anime. This is the one that I'm not necessarily. I'm not down on it. I don't want to poo poo all over it, but I'm not necessarily excited about it because I don't. Other than the first Castlevania game, I have never really played the Castlevania games. It's just never like a series. It's never a series of games that really like piqued my interest. And so I just never really dove into them. And so I watched the trailer. I mean, it looks like it could be a really fucking cool show. And if there's one thing Netflix has done well, it's the anime that they've put out there. Either anime that was already being produced or, anime that they've produced themselves. Like Seven Deadly Sins, I think is really, really good. And then, they've got some of the other, like, I think Naruto's on there. What else is on there? Why am I forgetting my favorite one? With the big old naked giants. With Eren Yeager.
Oh, Attack of the Titans?
Attack on Titan. Attack of the Titans.
Whatever.
Attack of the Titans.
I didn't like that one.
Remember it, at least remember the right name. It's Attack on Titan, which season 2 is going on right now, and I haven't gotten to watch any of it yet, and it pisses me off. But the anime on Netflix has been good, and I feel like Castlevania is a series that I could get into just because I don't know much about it, and so everything's going to be kind of new to me. So there's a little bit of excitement there. It's like I don't really know any of the lore or background of the series, and if Netflix does it right, which every time I talk about a Netflix show, I'm hard pressed to think of a show that hasn't been good. And like I know a lot of people didn't like Luke Cage for whatever reason. A lot of people didn't like Iron Fist, which I can see the reasons why people didn't like Iron Fist. But to be honest, I really had no problem with either of them. Iron Fist, I had a few problems with on certain parts, but overall, I enjoyed the series. Yeah. But Netflix, I don't think they've really done anything that's necessarily bad. They've made shows that really haven't interested me, but I don't know that they were bad. Like other than there's one, The Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt. I can't fucking stand that show. But like Orange is the New Black.
You're really the target audience for that.
I don't think I am either. The big guy wearing a camouflage hat. Yeah. But Orange is the New Black. I haven't really gotten into it, but it's not a terrible show. But every show that they do is usually pretty good. So, we talked last week about how the Netflix is picking up The Dark Crystal and rebooting that as a series. And honestly, I'm to the point now where Netflix can take anything. And as long as they announced any series they're going to pick up, and as long as they're the ones doing it, I have complete and utter faith that they're going to do a good job. Mm-hmm. And I'm excited about Castlevania, and the next one. Before I give it over to you, so you can talk about because I know you play more video games than I do, so you play more Castlevania than I have for sure.
Yes, I have.
But the next one is, and this one I'm really, really excited about, is Netflix is picking up. They're gonna have a series based on the Witcher books, so it's gonna be based in the world of the Witcher, not the games, but the books, which I need to read. And so that one I am hands down excited about, and I think it could end up being. They could have something that's at least on par with Game of Thrones, if not more popular in The Witcher, like in a series based in the Witcher universe. Well, if Netflix does it,
that I've read about 5 or 6 books into the series, and obviously I've played all of the games.
Books, right?
But what?
There's 8 books, right?
In total, yeah, I think there are now.
Okay.
But Andrei, Sapkowski, I think is the author. I just looked it up. Apparently, he's going to be a consultant on the show.
Really?
So kind of.
That's huge.
You made the Game of Thrones reference, and George R. Martin is very much a part of that show, and apparently he's going to be on this show too. So
You know what's
I
huge?
don't know, man. I'm pretty excited. That's one of my favorite series, games, books, you name it.
Well, that's just because they haven't started the Wheel of Time TV series yet, but it's coming. It's coming, and it's going to be the best fucking one out there. And if it's not, I will literally.
They better do that right.
If it's not, if that TV series comes out, I won't. No, can't say that. We're literally broadcasting like thousands of people right now. Stop it. You're not gonna kill anybody, Kerry. You're not. Kerry. Nerded Up and Phantom Facebook Live Sports Network has no culpability over the actions of Kerry Hot Ice Craig. If he does kill somebody from the Wheel of Time TV series, that's not on us. Are you going to make me have disclaimers before every fucking episode where I'm like, whoa, the Nerded Up and Phantom do not hold the beliefs of Kerry Craig. Those are of his own thoughts.
Have it at the bottom. Just have like a little
Oh my God. Thanks a lot. This is what you're going to do to me. You're going to drive me crazy. Jesus. Okay. But what one good thing about The Witcher and that TV series, those books are done. And with Game of Thrones, although D.B. Weiss and David Benioff have done a phenomenal job, especially last season, of doing a season without a book to base anything off of. And I know they're working closely with George R.R. Martin, but they don't have books to work off of now, so they're doing everything like completely off the cuff and kind of on a whim, and kind of like through the guidance of Martin, but not really. They're still doing their own thing. But with The Witcher, they have those books to really go off of, and then you're working with the author at the same time. That's going to be really, really good. What are your thoughts on the Castlevania series? Do you think it's going to be good, or do you think it could be like what's your worst case scenario? What's your best case scenario for the Castlevania series?
I'm happy it's an anime. I think if they went live action, that would definitely been the wrong thing to do. But having played a majority of them, and I think Castlevania Symphony of the Night, probably one of my all-time favorite games.
What system is that on?
PS1, I believe, but you can get it on Xbox. It's like one of those arcade titles or whatever.
Ooh, I'm gonna have to play that. I'll try that one out.
It's one of my favorites. But from the trailer, it looks like one of those, epic sort of kind of a smaller scale anime, but like really, really story driven but action oriented at the same time. And it's a huge, huge world with tons of lore and everything that you can use. And I don't know. I'm that's one thing I'm actually excited for. That not as much as the Witcher series, because I'm a huge fan of the Witcher series, but I also like Castlevania.
There's a part of me that wishes that the Wheel of Time would have been picked up by Netflix. And I can't remember who it was. It got picked up a few weeks ago, and I can't remember if it was Showtime or Stars that they said it's going to be on. But there's a part of me that wishes it would have been Netflix, because I feel like they're going to take these like rich, like the fleshed out, wonderfully detailed worlds and just shit out gold TV shows with them. They're just that's what Netflix does, is they literally shit gold, whether it's like the troll cartoon or it's their drama series or their action series or their superhero series. They literally gobble up all this content and shit it out into a nice gold nugget for you to watch on your TV.
There's a part of me how often they hit the mark as opposed to miss it, compared to like the Hulu originals or the Amazon and stuff like that.
I mean, I'm trying to think of another network. HBO might be the only network that I can say, for the most part, they hit the mark more than they miss.
Yeah.
And that's, they've hit it with Game of Thrones. They've hit it with Curb Your Enthusiasm. Now, Crashing is a show that I really like. Huh?
So much money.
Oh yeah, Silicon Valley is great. I used to watch the was like the old ladies that like to fuck dudes all the time. It's like the Desperate Housewives of New York. Yeah, Sex in the City. Yeah, that one. It's like let's write articles and fuck a bunch of guys. That's my hey Josh, what do you think about Sex in the City? Well, fashion and fucking. That's the review. Yeah.
I think that sums it up pretty well, actually.
Yeah, I mean, it really is. It's like, Kerry, Mr. Big Sex. That's it. That's all you got. But they hit the mark all the time, and that's what Netflix has done. They hit the mark. They have a couple of black pock marks on their record, but their black marks aren't even really black marks, and that's the same thing for HBO. It's like Band of Brothers is phenomenal. Then they did the Pacific, and the Pacific wasn't that great, but for that being a black mark on HBO, that's a pretty good black mark to have because it was still at least entertaining enough that I watched it.
Yeah.
And so I'm excited about both of these. The Witcher I know more about because of the games. I need to read the books, especially if the series is going to be based off the books. But I can't wait. I think this is going to be something really, really cool that once again Netflix has latched onto, and they're going to make awesome. So what's one thing right now? If you had to think of anything off the top of your head, the thing you're the most passionate about right now? What's one news topic that you're we've got to talk about this?
I think probably the biggest thing. I went and pre-ordered Middle-earth Shadow of War.
Are you? Shut up! Just shut up real fast. Just shut your mouth. Are you fucking laying down right now?
No.
I see your leg. Don't slowly move your legs down. God damn it! This is a professional Facebook Live network program.
I'm in my lounge chair.
This isn't allowed. You're not supposed to lounge while we're doing this. We're a professional.
In my chair.
I'm comfy. Once again, we are Nerded Up. We are on Phantom, the only Facebook Live network. It is this place is great. Ari, who runs this thing, this is really a cool opportunity for us to be on Phantom. We're live on there right now, so check us out on there and facebook.com/Nerded Up. Okay, back to you. Even though you're laying down like a lazy piece of shit. Okay, what'd you say? I didn't listen to you because I was too busy watching you being an idiot.
Okay. After watching, I think
hold on, Alex, shut up. Just shut up again. Just shut up again. Can you shut up? Alex on Facebook says, "Wow, Josh, the podcast Nazi. Let him lounge." First of all, I'm super triggered that you use the term Nazi. And lounging is for lazy bastards. Whatever. Do whatever you want. Okay. What are you going to talk about again? Go ahead. Yeah, shut up. Go ahead.
Middle-earth Shadow of War.
Oh, okay. Wait, shut up again?
Do I need to say it again?
I heard it. Middle-earth Shadow of War.
Okay.
Go.
I saw they had two new trailers come out. Well, not really trailers. They have 9 minutes of gameplay footage that they're showing.
Uh-huh.
And after watching those, I immediately went out and pre-ordered it because I have to say this game looks so good.
The trailers, the trailers and the gameplay footage so far looks amazing.
The Monolith Studios, the ones that are making it, the Nemesis system they came up with in the first one was genius.
Absolutely.
Genius.
Yeah. Explain the Nemesis system real fast for people that are watching and they didn't really dive into the first game. Explain how the Nemesis system worked.
So the Nemesis system it takes different orc and goblin characters, names them, gives them abilities, and then you have to, as you kill them and work your way through them, it will generate new ones. It generates completely different characters and personalities and abilities for these orcs and goblins that you're fighting against, and puts them in a little tier, and you have the captains, the generals, the war chiefs, and all that stuff.
AKA the completionist gamer's nightmare.
Yeah, you'll never be done because it always gets replenished. But the funny thing is in the first one you could, spoiler alert, you could take control of their minds.
Yeah, which was basically so fucking cool.
And they would become yours.
Mm-hmm.
And in the second one, they're apparently revamping this. Well, not revamping, but expanding it completely.
One important thing about the Nemesis system that you didn't bring up is if you fought one of these guys and they escaped or the fight was over, they got away, they learned from the shit that you did for the next fight. So the next time you fought the same guy, these fucking dudes would he likes to hack and slash and then dive to the right or whatever it is. They would learn your tendencies and your fighting style, and they would counter it based off of that. This is probably the coolest AI system that I've ever experienced in a game. I wish Shadow of Mordor would have had more to it, but the Nemesis system was great. So continue. They're expanding upon it in Shadow of War.
And if they actually killed you, they would get promoted and gain more abilities.
Yeah, yeah,
Come back after you respawn, and they're like, "Didn't I kill you before?"
Yeah, fuck you. I'm a wraith, bitch.
Anyway, so the second one, apparently they're making it to where like you can have the dudes that work under you can apparently be loyal. They can be like stab you in the back. Like you can promote them to guard and oversee a fortress that you took, and they can either do it loyally and give you the perks of that particular area,
right? Yeah,
or they can like try and take it from you, and then you have to go and try and take it back from the dudes you just promoted. And
that's fucking awesome,
oh my God,
man.
just watching some of the gameplay and the little moments that get created because of that nemesis system. I can't wait for it, man. I'm so excited about it.
So Ari on Facebook says Kerry has a fantastic setup. His whole crew is lounging. You know what? I don't need you viewers to side with that. Look at him. Look at that ugly son of a bitch. And you're siding with him. Oh, he's got 1,000 books. I got 1,000 books too. I don't flaunt him. Oh, I know how to read. Like there's people that don't know how to read. I don't want to make them feel bad about themselves. I read the pictures.
You went to A&M.
I read the pictures, man. As long as it's got, that's why I love comics, because they've got pictures that tells me what's happening. I can
infer from the cover. Shut
up. So for Shadow of War, what I want to see, like, loved Shadow of Mordor, but like I said, it was the completionist nightmare. And if I don't get to complete all the side missions by killing all the guys, that's fine. But it just got too repetitive. I finished the game finally, but it just got way too repetitive, and I don't feel like the bulk of the game was just fighting these guys over and over and over again. But the actual story mode and the actual game itself was just way too short. I want more from it. And so on Shadow of War, I hope they expand more on the story, which the storyline of Shadow of Mordor was cool. But I want the same feel and the same heart of the storyline, and I just want more of it. And I want more reason, other than it's like, oh, you got to kill a bunch of guys so you can get to the big motherfuckers. I want more of a reason why I'm killing all these chiefs and all these like war leaders and war orcs and shit like that. Give me I talked about this last episode. I need a fucking reason for everything. You can't just say, go do that. And I'm going to be like, why am I fucking doing that? Like, I was like, did he like shit on my mom? Is there something like, did he poke my dick while I wasn't watching? And then I got really mad about that. I don't know. Don't ask. It's happened before. Yeah, I don't know. Shit happens when you're on a subway, man. Anyway, so I just want more. I want them to tell me more why I'm doing the things I'm doing. I'm fine with repetition, honestly, and I'm fine with grinding in games as long as there's a reason why I'm doing all of these things. And that's all I want from Shadow of War. But the fucking trailers look great, dude. I'm excited about it. Is there ever a game that I'm not excited about? It's like Pajama Sam. Midnight is Rising. Pajama Sam 35. And I'm like, oh, I'm so excited for this. I know it's for like 3 to 5 year olds and they can learn how to read, but I'm fucking excited for it.
No, because you're never the voice of reason. You're always like the constant.
It's gonna be fucking great. Yeah.
You're like, oh my God, it looks so good. I can't wait. And I'm just like, there's pixels showing up, like broken pixels in the trailer. I don't think we did. And you're like, no, man, it's gonna be fucking great. That's just
who cares about fucking pixels, bro? It's just like, of course, there's got to be some kinks they got to work out, but
this is work out. That's just the bugs.
This is gonna be the gold standard for gaming moving forward.
The glitches really will just make it more fun.
Haven't you seen The Matrix? Glitches in the system can be a cruel thing.
You really are bad though. Like you're terrible when it comes to keeping your optimism down.
That's why you balance me out perfectly, because
that's why I'm here.
Yeah, because you shit on things, but in an entertaining way. You're like, this is going to be really shitty, but I'm going to at least make you laugh while I explain it to you. And then I'm just sitting here like, don't listen to him. It's literally like God may as well have shit it out. Like that, it's literally God's shit. That's how good this
I played it and got 100% completion, but it was garbage.
Oh, okay. Moving on. My one thing, we'll move away from video games for the rest of the show because we talked a lot about video games. Not every nerd plays video games, Kerry. God,
losers.
But the Game of Thrones season 7 is coming out in July. I think it's July 16th.
Yeah.
And wife and I are running back through the series right now. I think we got 4 seasons left, and we could knock it out before season 7 comes out, you know. And now that we've started going through it again, it's just like I just want to watch episode after episode after episode, and it's so cool catching the little things that you didn't catch in the series before. Especially like season 2, catching like kind of like after forgetting and catching the relationship building between Varys and Tyrion Lannister is so cool to see.
Yeah.
But they released another trailer for season 7, and they might as well, like, you know how trailers always have names and titles. They might as well have titled it "Thanks for Nothing," because it literally didn't show you fucking anything that has anything. It's like, oh, look, here's Daenerys. Oh, look, here's Tyrion. Oh my God, Jon Snow's there too. Cersei. Oh, she wants to kill everybody. It's like the main part of the trailer is like Cersei, like, they're to the north of us. They're to the south of us. To the west and to the east. We will defend this city from them all. It's like, well, no fucking duh. Like, we already know that they're all around you. Thank you. Like, the trailer was just, it didn't give you anything that really... I want to be fed by trailers. Like, when I see a trailer, I want to be given a little bit. You know what I mean? Like, I want to get something that excites me. Like, I want to see, like, an undead dragon or, like, the tail of an undead dragon flying through. Like, the last season 7 trailer where it's just them walking down and then they sit down in each of their thrones and then they breathe out. And at the end, Cersei, like, breathes the ice. And so, like, that there's speculation already. Like, some people are like, well, that just means winter is coming. And then there's other people like me as like, no, Cersei's going to, like, literally marry the Night King, and then they're going to be allies, and they're going to try to kill everybody. I want stuff like that. And in this trailer, it didn't give you anything to go with, like, to go on and get excited about. It's just like, ooh, here, Game of Thrones season 7's coming. Let us show you all the things you already knew. Well, fucking, I don't need that. I'll watch season 6 again.
You're like a little baby bird, though, when it comes to trailers.
I am. I need something. You got to give me something. You got to feed me a little bit, or else I'm going to get pissed. And this last trailer pissed me off. Ari on Facebook says, also no Bran and what happened to the White Walkers. Such a great point. Like, they didn't show like nothing, not even a footprint, not even a frost breath, not even a blue eye. Like, show one tiny fucking White Walker blue eye and show us where Bran is. Just show us Bran's nose. Like, if you just show Bran's fucking nostrils, I'm like, oh my God, that's Bran. And then just, like, I'm convinced Bran's the smartest person, not named Tyrion Lannister, in the entire series. Because he's, like, on his own and through his own logic and sensibilities, he's figured everything out himself. And so other than Tyrion, and Varys, I think he might be the smartest person. I want to know what's going to happen with him this season, because from if you go back and watch from season 1, he is such an important character. And
Yeah.
Like, moving into these final 2 seasons, he's going to be one of the most important characters in the entire show. And I want to, like, show me something. Even if you just show me that little chick carrying Bran on his stupid little thing. It's like, oh, my legs don't work, and then just carrying him on it. Like, let me work in a ghost. Like, just do something like that, and they don't fucking give you anything. And so it just pisses me off. Like, I'm so excited. Shut up. I'm so excited for season 7. And I'm going through watching all of the other seasons right now. And then it's like, I get so excited. Like, I'm a freaking... there's a new trailer out. I sit down in front of my computer, I pull my pants down, grab the lube and some tissues, and I'm ready to go. And then they give me that shit, and it's just like, oh, cool, I'm soft now. Thanks a lot. Thanks for fucking nothing. Stupid. It's just so stupid.
I got the blue eyeballs.
Okay, sorry. I went off on a little bit of a rant there. What are your thoughts for season? Like, how excited are you for season 7? And then, like, what are your, like, do you have any crazy thoughts and predictions for season 7? Like, once it comes, we'll do like super way too early season 7 thoughts and predictions.
Oh man. I don't know if I should say this one out loud because I have a feeling it's really, really right.
Well, say it out loud. Just say it out loud.
Okay.
And then it's, if you say it out loud and you're right, you're literally, this is etched in stone, in the stone of history of Facebook.
I have my whole reasoning for this. So just I don't know if there's probably been many people that have thought of this, but anyway, I'm pretty sure Jaime is going to kill Cersei.
Yeah, there's a lot of people. That's literally, it's like, okay, I don't know if anybody's ever thought of this, but did you hear that John Wilkes Booth actually killed Abraham Lincoln. That's some crazy shit, right? Like, why are you? Why do you have to be so?
Other people.
Why do you have to be so secretive about it? It's like this is a really way out there take, but like, let me give you the most obvious take everybody else has had.
I don't want to spoil it, man.
What are you spoiling? Everybody thinks that. Okay, let me give you my crazy. Let me give you my crazy take on that theory. Hold on, real fast. I'll let you finish. My crazy spin on that theory is I think, and everybody thinks I'm like every time I come up with a Game of Thrones theory, most of the time, half of the time, some of the time they're right. Okay,
like some of the time,
it's like. But this one I think is going to be right. I think Arya is going to kill Jaime, take his face, and then kill Cersei as Jaime. That's what I think is going to happen.
Maybe.
Thank you. You're the first person that said maybe. Everybody else has called me a moron. That I'm happy with that. Okay, now continue. What's your reasoning behind the most obvious take in Game of Thrones going into season 7?
Well, he says, why do you think I love her so much? Like, what makes me love Cersei so much? It's like the way she loves her children. Like, the amount of love she has for her children is why I'm able to love her so much. Well, her kids are all dead.
Oh, yeah.
They're all dead now. So there's no reason for him to love her anymore. And now she's going to be a tyrant. And who's going to be the only person with experience killing tyrants?
Killing tyrants. Well, and if you think about it, like the look that he gave her when he got back to her at King's Landing and they're staring at each other, like across from each other in that room, he gave her this look like, what the fuck did you do?
He wasn't
and
happy.
She just, no, because if you think about it, she did exactly like what she did in just blowing everybody to smithereens with the wildfire in the Sept. She did exactly what he was trying to stop when he stabbed the Mad King in the back. Yes. Like that's the whole reason, the whole deal of why he killed the Mad King was to stop the Mad King from blowing everybody the fuck up with wildfire.
Yes.
And she did it. And so I think Jaime's going to end up being the one that kills Cersei. Okay, real fast. If DB Weiss and David Benioff came to you and said, okay, you get to choose the way Cersei dies, how would you choose Cersei to die? Because the people, every time I want somebody to die more than anything else in this series, they never fucking die the right way. Like Joffrey gets poisoned and he's dead in 20 seconds, and like he just looks stupid and then he's just dead. I wanted him to suffer so bad. And then Ramsay Bolton is kind of cool the way he died. I wanted him to suffer a little bit longer. Like the people that deserve to die the most deserve to suffer the most. But okay, if they came to you, if the showrunners came to you and said, "Okay, you're going to choose Cersei's death. What do you choose? What would you choose?"
Oh man, cut her tongue out first.
Oh God!
Just to start off with, because that's one of the most potent weapons, right?
I meant like more general terms. I think we were getting like super detailed, but continue.
Oh, my bad. I don't want to get like.
No, we're good. No, let's roll with this. Let's get graphic. Why not? Fuck it.
Let's keep going.
All right, let's roll. Let's go with what we got.
So you cut her tongue out, obviously, because that's one of her weapons. What's her other weapon?
Her vagina.
Take care of that.
And her boobies.
So you're gonna get rid of all that. You're basically gonna Jack the Ripper her.
Oh.
That's what.
Well, it was fun. Our first episode on Phantom, the first live Facebook Live Sports Network, episode 6, the one and only episode we ever broadcast on there. Okay, who would you want to do it and how? Not nearly as detailed as what you just gave us. Like super vague. Like literally the most vague you can get at this point.
Who would I want to kill her?
Yeah.
Like in that universe or anywhere?
No, not anybody. It's like, oh, I want fucking Predator to come kill her. Can I get Arnold Schwarzenegger from Commando to just come in and just drop her and be like I lied.
Yeah, I want Master Chief to show up with his assault rifle.
No, we're not doing that. In that universe, who in the Game of Thrones universe do you want to kill Cersei?
Oh man, oh dude, now that you said Arya, like
it has to be her.
I want Arya.
It has to be
now.
Yeah, it has to be Arya. Like nobody, you know what? The only person that deserves to die by Arya's hand more than Cersei Lannister is Littlefinger, is Peter Baelish.
Yeah,
because Peter, like he's the one that's constructed pretty much all of the shit that's happened to her family.
Yeah.
Even if he didn't directly do it, that like his steps in doing whatever the hell Baelish is up to try to secure the Iron Throne or get whatever power he wants, the steps that he's taken have led to what's happened to her entire family and everything that's happening in the series. And so, Cersei, like, Arya deserves to kill Cersei and Peter Baelish.
Yeah.
And I feel like the best way they could do it, if I believe that Arya deserves to kill Cersei, it has to be with Jaime's face, which sucks because I love Jaime. Like ever since season 2 and Brienne helps him get back, he becomes more of a likable character, and they get along. And like Brienne, has a hard on for him, and he's like, "Oh, you're a little too tall," and he's also in love with his sister, which is super fucking weird. But like, she's the one that deserves to kill Cersei the most, and the coolest way to do it would be to do it pretending to be Jaime.
Yeah.
It's like, hey baby, lay down. I'm coming over. Give you some love. And okay, apparently there's a massive storm outside my house. That was terrifying. And then she like strolls up and is like, I'm gonna give it to you. And then she just shanks her right in the throat and then walks away. And like the last seconds, you just see blood squirting out of Cersei's neck, and she's like, ah, ah. Like that's how I envision it happening. It has to happen like that.
Oh, and it has to squirt like into a little wine glass that's on the nightstand or whatever, and like start filling it up, and you get like,
why?
She's always drinking wine when she's plotting.
Oh, that's the logistics of having that wine glass perfectly set up to where it squirts right into it.
I'm just saying, it would be good symbolism.
What do you think about my Cersei teaming with the with the Night's King and the White Walkers theory? Because I think that's what that cold breath meant at the end of the trailer.
That's pretty interesting, actually. I mean, he's pretty far up there in the north, but if he gets some help from down in the southern lands, I mean, that's pretty serious.
Well, and you think about Cersei, like in this last trailer, she talks about how she's surrounded on all sides. She has no allies. And like her army can't be as powerful. Like if Jon and Daenerys do meet up, which I've heard rumors that Jon and Daenerys are supposed to meet up and form some kind of alliance and maybe fall in love. There might be some Jon and Dany love going on in this season. If that does happen, then Cersei's screwed. Like the only person that she would have to ally herself with left would be the Night's King and the White Walkers. And like we've already seen, he has the ability to like get in touch with and contact people and touch people from afar. Like he touched Bran inside of his dream. Yeah. So he has them like magic has been in and out of the series so far, but I think when we go into season 7, it's going to be more prevalent than it ever has been before. And he's going to find ways to be able to get in touch with her. And somebody as desperate as Cersei is will latch on to that and find an ally wherever she can get one. Because one thing that Cersei is not, she's not stupid. And she's going to know that she needs help.
Yeah. That's really interesting, actually.
Okay, so Arya has to kill Cersei. Arya has to kill Cersei. And my Cersei theory and idea may not be that bad. Even though everybody keeps saying that I'm crazy.
Maybe.
But yeah, the last trailer that they had for it is just absolute shit. They need to have better trailers. All right, so that is the end of our show. Thank you for watching. You've been watching Nerd It Up on Phantom, the first Facebook Live sports network. You can find us on Facebook.com backsplash. I almost said backsplash again. What the hell?
Backsplash.
We've been house hunting, and so I've been looking at backsplashes in kitchens. Leave me alone.
God.
Hey, we've got some little pristine houses, but the backsplashes have been not so good. But you can find us on Facebook.com /Nerd It Up. Nerd It Up. You can find our Nerd It Up Pod. You can find us on Podbean.com /Nerd It Up. You can find us on iTunes and Google Play. Yes, I just said backsplash again. We're gonna broadcast. We're gonna broadcast live every week from Phantom on Facebook. So please go check out Phantom. We've got live sports on there. We've got other podcasts. We've got other shows. The AUDL is on there. I'm a huge Ultimate Frisbee fan, so I'm so excited that they're broadcasting American Ultimate Disc League games on there. It's awesome. There's some great things in the future for this network, so go check it out. You can check me out on Twitter @JoshBeardRadio. You can check him out, Kerry Craig, my host, my friend, at Kerry Hot Ice on Twitter. You can go find Nerded Up Podcast at Nerded Up Pod on Twitter. I think I covered all of my bases. We don't have sponsors yet, do we? Kerry, do we have sponsors yet?
Brought to you by my penis.
Okay, not brought to you by Kerry's penis. That's disgusting. We do not have sponsors yet. So, hey, if you want to sponsor us, like,
if you want to,
literally a case of beer is enough to sponsor us. This has been episode 6 of the Nerded Up Podcast. Thank you so much for tuning in, and we will check you next week.